What if the most powerful therapy in the entire world costs less than $1 and fits in your back pocket? Here are 10 neuroscience facts about journaling that will completely change the way you think about a simple pen and paper. And the last one? It genuinely left me speechless the first time I read it. Fact 1. When you write your thoughts down by hand, something almost magical happens in your brain. Neuroscientists call it neural re-consolidation, the process where your brain takes a painful, chaotic experience and literally rebuilds it into something your mind can understand and move past. Journaling doesn't just record your story, it rewrites how your brain stores it. Fact 2. The prefrontal cortex, the logical, rational part of your brain, goes almost completely offline during emotional pain. That's why starting over feels so overwhelming. You literally cannot think straight. But the moment you pick up a pen and write, studies show the prefrontal cortex reactivates within minutes. Grab a pen right now and write one sentence about how you feel. Try it. Fact 3. Expressive writing for just 15 to 20 minutes a day for 3 consecutive days has been scientifically proven to strengthen immune system function, lower blood pressure, and reduce cortisol levels, the same stress hormone that spikes every single time you're in a life transition. A pen is literally medicine. And if facts like this are already blowing your mind, like this video and subscribe right now. Studies show people who follow channels like this become measurably more self-aware every single week. Fact 4. Here's one that floored me. Ancient Romans journaled. Emperor Marcus Aurelius wrote what we now call Meditations, a private journal he never intended anyone to read. He wrote to himself during the most painful transitions of his reign: war, loss, leadership, grief. Over 2,000 years later, that journal is still one of the most powerful psychology books ever written. Journaling is not a trend, it is an ancient human survival tool. Fact 5. Writing by hand activates the brain completely differently than typing. When you write by hand, you engage the reticular activating system, the part of your brain that decides what is important enough to remember. Handwriting signals to your brain, this matters. Typing does not send the same signal. If you've been typing your journal, switch to handwriting for 1 week. Try it. Fact 6. In Japan, there is a journaling tradition called techoculture, where millions of people carry beautifully designed personal planners used not just for scheduling, but for deep, daily emotional reflection. Japan consistently ranks among the world's most emotionally resilient cultures. Coincidence? Neuroscientists don't think so. The act of writing your inner world down is woven into their identity, and their mental health reflects it. Fact 7. During major life transitions, divorce, job loss, relocation, grief, the brain enters a state called limbic hyperactivation. It is essentially an emotional alarm system stuck on full volume. Journaling has been shown in clinical studies to reduce limbic hyperactivation by giving the brain a structured outlet to process what it cannot otherwise organize. Writing is not weakness, it is neurological first aid. If you want facts like this landing in your brain every single day, like this video and hit subscribe. It's completely free, and it might genuinely change how you handle your next hard season. Fact 8. Dolphins communicate using unique signature whistles, essentially personal names for each other. But here's why that matters for journaling. Just like dolphins use sound to locate themselves in deep water, humans use writing to locate themselves in the middle of emotional chaos. Psychologists call this narrative identity theory, the idea that humans need a story about who they are to function with clarity and direction. Journaling literally gives you back your story when life takes it away. Think about who you are right now and write it down. Try it. Fact 9. Studies from the University of Texas, led by psychologist Dr. James Pennebaker, found that people who journaled about emotional upheaval not only felt psychologically better, they also got sick less often, visited doctors less frequently, and reported higher levels of overall life satisfaction compared to those who didn't write at all. The research didn't just suggest journaling helps, it proved that not journaling during hard times has a measurable cost to your body. You didn't know a blank page could be this powerful. Fact 10, the last one. Are you ready for the one that completely rewired how I see journaling? Neuroscientists discovered that when you write about a painful experience, your brain begins to process it in the same region used for understanding fiction. Read that again. Your brain starts treating your pain like a story. And the moment your pain becomes a story, you are no longer just the person inside the experience, you become the person watching the experience, the observer, the narrator, the author. And authors don't just survive their stories, they get to decide how they end. The last one amazed me, and I genuinely think it just changed something in you, too. You are in the middle of a transition right now. Maybe everything feels uncertain. Maybe you don't recognize the person staring back at you in the mirror. Pick up a pen, write one sentence, just one, because your brain is not broken. It is waiting for you to give it a story it can work with. And the moment you write, you become the author again. Follow for more neuroscience facts that give you real tools for the hardest seasons of your life.